Yeah, Tom.
The development at the old apartment complex on Kennedy
Yeah.
by the river, I see that there's infrastructure work going on there. What's actually going in there and kind of the time frame around that?
Thanks. River Park Apartments was a problem when I took over as mayor. It was slum housing, a couple thousand people living in there, a lot of crime. Southwest corner of our city, almost, excuse me, southeast corner of our city, and literally we're devoting 10%, 15% of our entire calls to the police department are going there. It's crazy. We're devoting so much manpower to the lower, southeast corner of our city. How could you expect us to adequately cover Robertsdale when we're devoting all of our manpower down there? Or our inspections, our animal control, at that time the health department. We were spending so much time in this little part of the city, and I knew what it was doing to our schools. Mayor Joe and I both know that the school city's independent, but we know that a lot of the kids that are living in there are going into the schools and are causing problems, and we know a lot of the people in there aren't Hammond residents, they're not Whiting residents, they're not East Chicago residents, they're literally coming straight from Chicago, moving in there, staying for a couple months, skipping out on their security deposit. The kids are in and out of class. I would talk to the teachers and say, gosh, what was the name of that school? Caldwell School. I go there. Caldwell School is a great school at one time. I go in there and I talk to a teacher who's been there 50 years, and she says, Mayor, it's bad in here. I said, what do you mean? She said, third grade teacher. I heard a kid use the F word the other day. She's like, I've never heard this. I've been here 50 years. I've never heard this kind of behavior coming from kids, right? And I'm just shocked, right? I said, well, tell me about your class. She goes, I had 30 students. Okay, all right. 3 students, and this is towards like March. 3 students started the year with me. That means 3 kids that she actually gets to teach the whole year, right? The other 27 are in and out all year, right? And then at the end of the year, we say, hi, Steps. And then the kids score poorly, and then we blame the teacher. The teachers, the administration. It's not their fault. It's our fault as a city because we let this develop. We have a responsibility for the schools as well. If I don't take care of a problem like this with housing and problems with crime and transition and inadequate resources being devoted there, what kind of mayor am I? It's easy to blame the teacher, right? But how is that teacher supposed to teach 30 kids when only 3 of them have been with that teacher for the whole year? Huge problem. So we bought it. We bought it, we demolished it. It was a big story early in my first term. And, we had big hopes. We're going to develop it. It's right off 8094. Everything's great, right? Then the recession hits. I mean, I hate to keep using this as an excuse, but the good news is now we do have a developer that's building 2 hotels.
Yes.
And they're going up within weeks?
Well, we're finishing the road project right now. Should be done by the end of May. We haven't finalized the contract with the hotel developer because there's still 2 easements that we're waiting to be released. Complicated mumbo jumbo, but I would say probably it's either going to happen the last quarter of this year or first quarter of next year where he'll start building the first hotel.
I'm a big fan of the last quarter of this year personally. It's election year, so I like to see people working during election year. So, I mean, that would be great if we cut the ribbon on it, and I was private citizen Tom watching the ribbon cutting. I'm just kidding, Phil. Anyway, no, but it's a good project. It's further complicated because that area we have issues with flood insurance and the levee and stuff like that.